सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयम् सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयम् सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयम्
ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम। ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुर्गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोपला शल्यग्राहपती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैः रणनदी कैवर्तकः केशवः। पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटं नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितं। लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयाद्भारतपङ्कजं कलिमलप्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो yasyandam na vidusura suragana devaya tasmai namaha. Om. Good morning and namaskaram to all. Is the
Good morning.
audio is clear, Ramesh?
Very, very good. Very
Okay,
good.
okay. So we have been discussing Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and we are in the 13th chapter, Kshetraknya Vibhaga Yogam. We have completed up to verse number 11. So we will continue from verse number 12. ज्ञेयं यत्तत् प्रवक्ष्यामि यज्ञात्वामृतमश्नुते अनादिमत्परं ब्रह्म न सत्तन्नासदुच्यते. One second. Yeah. So 12th verse. ज्ञेयं यत्तत् प्रवक्ष्यामि यज्ञात्वामृतमश्नुते अनादिमत्परं ब्रह्म न सत्तन्नासदुच्यते. So Bhagavan continues, Jneyam yad. Jneyam yad means using the tools of jnanam, okay, that truth, the truth which is to be known, okay, Jneyam, what is to be known? Jneyam yat jnatva, by knowing which, amritam ashnute, that moksha sukham, okay, ashnute, we attain that moksham where there is no birth and death. Tat, that truth, pravakshyami, I will explain clearly. Anadimat means that is not born from another, anadimat, param, that ultimate cause of this universe, that is Brahman. Tat na sat, that is not existent relative reality, okay. Asat na uchyate, that is not non-existent, that is not existence or that is not non-existent, that is sat na asat na. We'll explain in detail. Anadimat param brahma. What is the most important thing to know in this life? What is the most important thing to know? That is Brahman alone. So the purpose of life is to know this vastu. This vastu, what is it? The ultimate cause of this universe. Okay, the ultimate cause of this universe, that is to be known, and that is the most important thing to know also. Okay, that is not born out of something. It is not born out of something, because then if something is if Brahman is born out of something else, then that becomes the ultimate cause, is it not? So the truth, it cannot be born from something else, okay. So that is why it is called ultimate cause, okay. So we must have a very clear idea where to reach. By reaching there, we will know the truth. So what it shows? It shows that whatever we see, when we look, whatever we see, the objects of this world, they are appearing and disappearing, is it not? Whatever we see, everything appears and disappears. if all the objects of this universe, all the prapancha ghatakam, all the panchabhutas also, they appear in various forms and they disappear also. If all of them are appearing and disappearing, from where? See, this is the inquiry. From where they appear and disappear? This is the inquiry into the truth. Okay, this is the inquiry in the truth. When we see that everything is appearing and disappearing, including this body and so many other bodies, etc., then there has to be something. We will start looking for something which does not undergo change. Correct? When everything else is appearing and disappearing, then what is the purpose of life? Right? So we have to look for something which does not undergo any change, or which is the cause of this appearance and disappearance. Where is this appearing and disappearing? So, when we start this inquiry, we will see that all the appearance and the disappearance is happening in consciousness. Right? When we wake up in the morning, all of this world appears, and then when we go to sleep, all of this disappear also. Right? So the appearance of all the objects, even when in the waking state also, things appear and disappear. Where? In our consciousness. And is the consciousness undergo any change? When everything changes, this entity, which is the consciousness, doesn't change. Even when we were small, when we grow old, even in old age also, this consciousness does not undergo any change. Okay, so this has to be known. This is the jneyam. This is the thing that is jneyam. So when we understand that it is the consciousness that does not change, we give a name to it, Brahman. Brahma. We gave the name Brahma. Okay. The word Brahma, okay, Brahman, what is the meaning of it? The meaning of Brahman is which can grow and become big. Okay, which can grow and appear. Okay, which can grow, that is a Brahman. Brahman means which can grow and appear. That is what it means. That is the word meaning of Brahman. And also, even though this Brahman, when it appears as too big, also the Brahman is subtle. Okay, it is subtle also. That is why anoraniyan mahato mahiyan atma guhayam nihitosya jantoh. Upanishad says it is bigger than the biggest and smaller than the smallest. So this Brahman is subtle, as well as it can grow and bigger also, because it is available everywhere. Okay, it is very subtle, and it is so subtle that you cannot even think. Using the mind also, it is not possible to grasp this. That is why there is a mantra in Mahanyasam, achintyancha prameyancha vyakta vyakta parancha yad sukshmaat sukshmataram jneyam tanme manas shiva sankalpamastu. It is sukshmaat sukshmataram. It is subtler than the subtle. Okay, and that has to be jneyam. That has to be understood. This is what is to be understood. What? Which is subtler than the subtle. Okay, but which cannot be achintyancha. It is, you cannot think of it. Yato vacho nivartande aprapya manasa saha. Why we cannot grasp by the mind? Because mind also is an object. Mind also is an object in where? In consciousness. Okay, and who is this consciousness? You are the consciousness. I am the consciousness. So in consciousness, mind also appears. So how can mind grasp it? Mind cannot. That is why it is achintyam. Okay, so we have to understand this way. So what it says, jneyam yad yat jnatva, that which is to be known, by knowing which amritam ashnute. Okay, why amritam ashnute? Because you are that. The consciousness does not undergo any change. All the changes is happening to this body and all other things. Body and all the bodies, okay, the celestials, everything that appears to you, which is an appearance, that appearance changes and the name changes, whereas the consciousness does not undergo any change. Okay, now what is mean by sat or asat? Na sat or na asat. Okay, so it is here the meaning sat means pratyaksham. Okay, pratyaksham. It is not a pratyaksham. It is not in front of you. Say like you see this bottle, you can say this bottle is pratyaksham. Okay, you are sitting in front of a computer or mobile phone, you are seeing the mobile or computer, it is pratyaksham. Correct? Which can be sensed with the 5 sense organs. Which can be sensed by the 5 sense organs is called pratyaksham. This is not pratyaksham. Brahman cannot be grasped by the sense organs, and it is cannot be even imagined. That is called paroksham. Okay, paroksham. It is not even paroksham. See, suppose you are imagining something. I am telling you something about which you have not seen. I explain to you. Suppose I explain elephant. I explain. Suppose you have not seen elephant so far. So you imagine like that. That is paroksham, which cannot be grasped by the mind. That is paroksham. Okay. So one is pratyaksham, the other one is paroksham. So it is neither born or what is it? Pratyaksham and paroksham. Yeah. What is the English for pratyaksham is which you can experience with the sense organs, and then what is this? If this is neither pratyaksham nor paroksham, then what is this? It is called aparoksham. Aparoksham means direct experience. Brahman is direct experience. You experience it every moment. That is, it is called aparoksham. So the truth is, so what we have discussed so far, it is neither born, okay, it is not getting destroyed, it is not born and it never get destroyed. What? This Brahman consciousness. So it is also the ultimate cause of this universe, And the name of the truth is Brahma, and the truth is neither Pratyaksham nor Paroksham. Okay, it is not Pratyaksham or Paroksham, but it is direct experience, Aparoksham. Yeah, so it is neither existent nor it is not non-existent. That means you cannot perceive with your sense. That is the problem of this understanding Brahman, because everyone, we look outside for things. We look for even God also outside. With our sense organs we try to find. We will never find, because it is your true nature. God is the true nature of each one of us. Consciousness is God, Brahman, which is the true nature, which is our own what do you call, direct experience. That is why it is called Aparoksham. See, it is like the battery. You know, in a torch light we have a battery. Okay, we would like to see things outside with the light using the battery, but is it possible to see the battery itself with the light of the torch? You cannot, because the moment you remove the battery, the light will not work. Correct? So it is like a battery of a torch which you cannot see. Similarly, it is the consciousness with which the mind is lit, the sense organs are lit, and all of them, the mind and the sense organs, which are the tools or the instrument with which we are seeing everything else except Brahman. Why? Because Brahman is the thing behind all of this, which is making the seeing possible, which is making everything else possible here. Okay, so that is why we cannot see or imagine. That is why it is called Sat Asat Vilakshanam. So now we will read one more time. Nyeyam yat tat pravakshyami yajñātvā mrtamasnute anādimat param brahma. Anādimat, which is not born from another. That is what Anādimat means. There is nothing before this. This is the ultimate cause. Okay, it is the Anādimat Param. Param means the ultimate cause of this universe here. Anādimat Param Brahma. Brahma is the word or the name that is given to this. Okay, otherwise it is called Tat only. Tat. Tat Tvamasi. You are that. Or that is given a name Brahma. Anādimat Param Brahma. Na Sat. Na Asad Uchyate. It is neither Sat nor Asat. But by knowing which Amritam Ashnute. Why? Because this or the Brahman, which is you, do not undergo any change. Okay, no undergo any change. When you don't undergo any change, how is it possible that you die? Okay, that is immortality. Everything else is mortal. Okay, yad jnātvā, by knowing which, by knowing your true nature, by knowing our true nature as Brahman. I am that. Aham Brahmasmi. Tat Tvamasi. I am Atma Brahma. Okay, when all these Mahavakyas points to this only, that this Brahman, which is you, do not die. Then what is it that is dying? We say the death is to this body, which is not me, which is only an appearance in me, whereas I am the consciousness. Okay, so this is the meaning of 12th verse. Nyeyam yattat pravakshyami yajñātvā mrtamasnute anādimat param brahma na sattanna saduchyate. We'll go to the 13th verse. sarvatah panipadam tat sarvatokshishiro-mukham sarvatah shruti-malloke sarvamavritya tishtati. Sarvatah panipadam tat sarvatokshishiro-mukham sarvatah shruti-malloke sarvamavritya tishtati. Tat. Now we know what is Tat. Tat means that Brahman, that ultimate truth. Sarvataha panipadam, has legs and hands everywhere. Okay. Sarvataha akshishiro-mukham, has eyes, heads and faces everywhere. Sarvataha, everywhere. Sarvataha shrutimata, it has got ears everywhere. Loke, in this world. Okay. Sarvam avritya tishtati, it pervades everywhere. Inside, outside. Inside, out. Everywhere this Brahman has ears, eyes, legs, hands, faces, heads and ears. All of this in this world, it's filled. The whole world is filled. Avritya tishtati. Inside, outside, everywhere this Brahman pervades. So, when we got the clarity from the previous verse, Yatnyatva amritamasnude and all that, when we got that, this Parama Karanam, when we know that the ultimate cause must be there, that we already got it. And if such an ultimate cause is there, then what is the relation? What is the relation between the Swabhavam and Swarupam of this? What is the Swabhavam and Swarupam of this? So, we have those who have studied Purusha Suktam, Narayana Suktam, etc. It gives Sahasra Shirsha Purushaha Sahasrakshas Sahasrapad. This Brahman has thousands of eyes, thousands of Sahasrakshaha, thousands of Sahasrapad, thousands of legs, and Sahasra Shirsha, thousands of heads also. So Brahman or the Purusha, all the faces that you see here, all the eyes that you see here, all the legs that you see here, all the hands, everything is that Purusha's or that Brahman's eyes, heads, legs, hands, faces, etc. Okay. So, again, what is the Swabhavam? What is the relation between the two, the Swabhavam and the Swarupam of this? The Swabhavam of this, the Swabhavam is, it appears and disappears. Okay, the Swabhavam is appearing and disappearing. So, all the appearances is the Swabhavam. So, what is the Swabhavam of it? The Swabhavam is appearing. Say like how a mirage water appears on a desert, like that all the prapancha objects, everything, animals, plants, humans, everything, they all appear, stays for some time and dissolves. Yato va imani bhutani jayante ye na jata nijivanti yat prayantya bisamvisanti tad vijiknyasasva tad brahmeti. Right? Tat Brahman. Taittiriya Upanishad says, what is Brahman? Yetova imani bhutani jayante. Where all these bhutas, all the humans, plants, etc., anything that is appearing here, where it is appearing and where it remains for some time and disappears, dissolves. Okay? Yat prayanti abhisamvisandi tad vijiknyasasva. Know that. That is Brahman. Tad brahmeti. Okay? So, this is the swabhavam. So, the swabhavam is what we see everything, everywhere. The mind, the body, the sense organs, everything is the swabhavam, which constantly changes. The mind also always changes, the emotions change, the body always continuously it is changing, right? So, the body, the mind, etc., which is constantly changing, in that which does not change, where it appears. So, the Swarupam is Bodham, the Swarupam is consciousness, the Swabhavam is what it appears as many. So, everything that appears as many is the Swabhavam, and the Swarupam is that which is unchanging. Okay? So, in the Swabhavam, so this is the direct pointer to the Swabhavam, Sarvataha Panipadam. All the ultimate truth has all the pani, all the hands, the legs, etc. All the hands and legs and the heads and the faces, etc. That which appears on this is his only. Okay? So, all the heads and hands are the Bhagavan's heads. Okay? It is the Bhagavan's heads that is appearing. It is the Bhagavan's ears that is appearing. It is the Bhagavan's hands and legs and everything. That means all the bodies that we see here is Bhagavan only. All the ornament that appear in gold is gold only. Correct? All the ornament that appear in gold is gold only. Similarly, all of this is Bhagavan only. That is why all of this is Bhagavan's hands, legs and heads, faces, etc. Okay? This has to be understood very clearly. So, one is the Swarupam, one is the Swabhavam. That is why this Bhagavan pervades everywhere. Sarvavyapitvam. Correct? So, loke, sarvataha, srutimal loke, sarvam avritya tishtati. Pervades everywhere, inside, outside. Antar bahischa tat sarvam vyapya narayana sthitaha. Narayana Sukta says, no? Antar bahischa tat sarvam vyapya narayana sthitaha. Narayana means Brahman. Brahman stays inside, outside, everywhere. So, well, that is the meaning of this. Yeah. So, when Bhagavan has hands, legs and faces everywhere, okay, think carefully. Then every hands and legs is, everyone is Bhagavan's hands and legs. How is it that Bhagavan cannot protect? When all the hands and legs and etc. is Bhagavan's legs, hands and eyes, how is it possible that one will not get protected? That means, see, suppose I need to scratch, I need to scratch my head, my hand automatically goes and scratches my head. If I have to scratch my other hand, this hand goes and scratches. Right? Similarly, when all the bodies, all the heads, all the eyes and ears are Bhagavan's ears, if one knows this very clearly, one understands this clearly, he will be protected by Bhagavan. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye janah paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. I will protect that person who has got ananyas chintayanto mam, one who thinks about me only, no anya chinta, one who totally surrenders to me, then I will protect. Yogakshemam vahamyaham. I will make sure that his yoga and kshema, his spiritual as well as his laugika, I will take care of that. So, how is that not possible? That is a question. It is possible. The promise is truth. Why? Because all the heads, all the hands, all the legs is mine only. It is Bhagavan's heads everywhere. Okay? But what the problem is, we don't believe that totally. We are not ready to surrender. Okay, this belief is not completely assimilated. So that is the reason that we still think I can do something. I will do something. I will be able to handle this and that. Then we will not be protected because there is Anya Chinta has come. Ananya's Chinta not come. If it is Ananya's Chintayanto Mam, then Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham is a truth. Yoga Kshemam is whatever everyone deserves. Okay? Whatever each one deserves, he will get it and Bhagavan will protect. This is the reason. This is the reason why, because all the heads, all the hands is Bhagavan's hands only. Okay? So we have to think very carefully this verse. Sarvatah panipadam tat sarvatokshi shiro mukham sarvatah shrutimalloge sarvam avritya tishtati. Now we'll move to the verse number 14. Sarvendriya gunabhasam sarvendriya vivarjitam asaktam sarvabhritchaiva nirgunam gunabhoktracha. Yeah, just a small story which I had written down. There was Sant Ekanath. One second. Yeah, sorry. So there is Sant Eknath story. So once a man was paid to insult this Sant Eknath. But he was in meditation. Okay, this Sant, he was in meditation. He did not hear all the insults, etc. And after some time, he came out of the samadhi and he started hearing all that insults. For a long time he insulted, but after some time he said, he gave one glass of milk to him. He gave him a glass of milk and then told him, your throat must be dry because of this so much of shouting, etc. Please have this milk. Then, why? Because he hears only Narayana. He is not hearing anything else from this person who is insulting. He hears only Narayana. Yeah, so in Malayalam also there is a verse I always quote. Yadunnu kanmadadu Narayana pratima, Yadunnu kelpadadu Narayana shrutigal, Yadunnu cheivadadu Narayana archanagal, Yadunnidokke Hari Narayanaya Namaha. Everything is Narayana only. So Sant Eknath also, he was hearing only Narayana only when this person was insulting. And he gave him a glass of milk also. Because he is seeing Narayana in him. Then that person that he said that I did a big mistake. It is not that my wish that I should, I have been insulting you. I was paid by someone. I was paid money to insult you. After hearing this, Sant Eknath, he gave him some money also. He gave him some money also because he wanted money, okay, you take some money also. Now, so this is what, when anyone insults, all that, whatever is we hear, we should see, we should hear only Narayana, because everyone is Narayana only. This is how we have to practice. This is the practice which we have to do. Okay, so just I remembered this story which is mentioned in one of the books. Okay, now we will go to the 14th verse. Sarvendriya gunabhasam sarvendriya vivarjitam asaktam sarvabhritchaiva nirgunam gunabhoktracha. Sarvendriya gunabhasam. Actually, this story is connected with the 14th sloka only. Jnanendriyas, karmendriyas, mind, and all the objects to this, all the vishayas of this. Okay, Shabda, Sparsa, Rupa, Rasa, Gandham, etc. All of this indriyas. Sarvendriya gunabhasam. Then Sarvendriya vivarjitam. In reality, is not connected with all of this. We will explain this in detail. Then asaktam. Not with anything, not together with anything, unattached. Sarvabhritcha eva. Yet sustaining all or connected with all. Nirgunam. It is devoid of all gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas, etc. And guna bhoktrija. Yet he experiences all of them. Experiencing all the gunas. These are all about the Brahman only. Okay. So we explained about the Swabhavam and Swarupam. Okay, the world is the Swabhavam of this Vastu. The world that appears to us is the Swabhavam, and the Swarupam is consciousness. Right? So that which appears and disappears is the Swabhavam. That comes and goes. Swabhavam comes and goes, and Swarupam never changes. It is Nirvikaram. It does not undergo any change. So here one beautiful explanation how to really understand this Swabhavam and Swarupam. Professor Balakrishnan Nair sir used to tell this anecdote. There was an actor whose name is Raman Pillai. Okay, this Raman Pillai used to act in Kathakali. So his role was, whenever his role is to do Ravana, he has to play the role of Ravana. He goes there and for 1 or 2 hours he has to sit and do the makeup, etc. And after the makeup is done, then he comes out with all 10 heads and his throne, etc. And then he plays the role of Ravana. See, before he put on the costume of Ravana, he is Raman Pillai. He is so sure that he is Raman Pillai. When he was acting the role of Ravana, he used to act it so perfectly that even the people watching get scared of him. But at any point, does he forget that he is Raman Pillai? He never forgets that he is Raman Pillai. If he forgets and then he becomes Ravana, then he will really kill the people in front of him in the drama, is it not? He has got a sword and all. Definitely he will kill, because he doesn't forget that he is Raman Pillai. He always remembers he is Raman Pillai, but at the same time he acts Ravana Vesham so perfectly. And once the play is over, he slowly walks back to the backstage. One by one he removes the costume, he removes his dress, he removes his makeup. Then at last he removes his throne also. Kiridam also he removes and then keeps it happily, and then he just walks back. Is it not? He never forgets that he is Raman Pillai. This is the life of each one of us. We should never forget our true nature. Our true nature is consciousness. In the story, Raman Pillai is the true nature, and that is the Swarupa, and Ravana Vesham he did. Okay, the acting that he did, the character he did, it is Ravana. That Ravana Vesham is Swabhavam. Okay, similarly, when we understand our true nature as consciousness, our Swarupam is consciousness. In that, whatever role we play, sometimes as mother, sometimes as husband, sometimes as father, wife, children, all of the roles when we play, office, okay, officer, any role that we play that like the Raman Pillai plays Ravana, without forgetting our true nature. And when the time comes, slowly as Raman Pillai removed his costume, slowly we drop off one by one all the adhyasam, all that superimposed thing, remove one by one, all the costumes we remove. The child becomes mother, and mother becomes grandmother or grandfather, etc. We drop off one by one all the roles, and at last we drop this body also. Like how he removed his kiridam, we drop our body also. Before that, we drop many other things. The hearing will go, right? The body movement will reduce, all that slowly. It is the removing of our costume, like that, and remain as consciousness. Okay, this is how we have to understand the Swarupam and Swabhavam. So when Raman Pillai acts as Ravana, okay, he is acting like that is the Sarvabhrit. Sarvabhrit means he is connected with all. He connects, that is, consciousness appears to be connected with everything. It is connected with all the Indriyas, the Sarvendriya Gunabhasam, Jnanendriyas, Karmendriyas, mind, etc. So they are all shining with the help of consciousness. So when the enacting was going on, all they are connected only. It appears to be connected, at the same time it is Sarvendriya Vivarjidam. In reality, not connected with all, but appears to have connection with all, because all the Indriyas are functioning because of the presence of consciousness. So that is why when this appears, when they are functioning with consciousness, then it appears to be connected with all. At the same time, it is not connected. Similarly, asaktam, not together with anything, it is unattached, but at the same time sarvabhritcha. It appears to have connected with all, it's sustaining all. Same like nirgunam, it is the Brahman does not have any gunas, all the gunas are the swabhavam. Okay, you have to connect the swabhavam and swarupam together. All of this appearance of getting connected, appearance of having gunas, sattva, rajas, tamo gunas, etc. These are all the property of it is the swabhavam. Okay, but it appears to have all these gunas, but that is the swabhavam, whereas swarupam does not have any gunas. It is nirgunam, guna bhoktracha. He experiences at the same time nirgunam, devoid of all gunas. Okay, so now if we read again, we will understand. Sarvendriya gunabhasam, sarvendriya vivarjitam. Sarvendriya gunabhasam. It all these appears to be with this indriyas, because consciousness shine through all. Without consciousness, this cannot function. So it appears to be consciousness and the indriyas and the jnanendriyas, karmendriyas, mind, etc. Even the shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha, all that gets, all the vishayas also, it appears to be mixed with all these. But whereas it is asak sarvendriya vivarjitam, it is not connected with. Okay, it appears to have connected, at the same time it is disconnected, unattached, asaktam also. It is not it is not with anything, unattached, sarvabhricheva. Okay, all the same only, it sustaining all. Then nirgunam, it is not, doesn't have any gunas but appears to have all the gunas. Okay, so if you understand the swarupam and swabhavam correctly, this verse is clear. Okay, this verse will be clear if you have understood the swarupam and swabhavam very clearly. Okay. So this example of Raman Pillai and Ravana, it is very clear. So in Raman Pillai, Ravana Vesham is an Adhyaropa. In Raman Pillai, the costume of Ravana, so when you see Ravana on the stage, it appears to be mixed, right? It appears to be mixed, but originally it is not connected. All the gunas appears to have connected when he is playing the role of Ravana, whereas he is unattached. He is nirgunam. He doesn't have any gunas. Okay, just do more contemplation on this. You will understand this verse very clearly. We'll move to the 15th verse. Bahirantascha bhutanam acharam charamevacha सूक्ष्मत्वात् तदविज्ञेयं दूरस्थं चान्तिके च तत् बहिरन्तश्च भूतानाम् अचरं चरमेव च सूक्ष्मत्वात् तदविज्ञेयं दूरस्थं चान्तिके च तत्. He is outside and inside of all beings. Okay, Brahman, this Brahman, O Bhagavan, he is outside and inside of all beings. Acharam charamevacha, which is unmoving as well as moving. Sukshmatvad avikneyam. Then durastham cha antike cha tad. Tad sukshmatvad avikneyam. Okay, because of the subtle nature of this Brahman, it cannot be grasped by the sense organs. Avikneyam, already we discussed, earlier we discussed this point. Sukshmatvad, because of the subtle nature, avikneyam, it cannot be grasped or sensed by the sense organs. Then Durastham Chantikecha, it is far as well as close by. It is far as well as close by. See, what does this indicate? No, it is the method of, it's called Tadastha Lakshanam. What is Tadastha Lakshanam? Tadastha Lakshanam is, one is Swarupam. Swarupam is Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma, directly. This is Brahman, direct. Tadastha Lakshanam is, the Vedanta explains like this. Somebody asks the direction to find Devadatta's home. Where is the house of Devadatta? So the person tells him, okay, do you see a crow there? Yes. Where that crow is sitting, that house is Devadatta's house. So when he goes there, he finds the home, but the crow must have already gone from there. Okay, The crow flies off. But Devadatta's house he will find. What do we understand from this? This is the Tatastha Lakshana. Where is Brahman here? Brahman is what is there in every body, which is subtle, which is very subtle, you cannot find it, but all the sense organs are functioning because of this Brahman, because of the consciousness. If consciousness is not there, all the functions is not possible, the world itself is not there. So consciousness is there, world is there. There is no consciousness, this world is not there. Okay, so this Shruti is pointing to all those, okay, all the bodies here. Bodies are to be connected with crow. The body need not be there, if it flies off. The body appears and disappears. Okay, so this Tatastha Lakshanam, please understand clearly. The body is compared with the crow. The crow is sitting, the crow will fly. But the Shruti points out that where the crow is there, that is the house of Devadatta. Similarly, look at this body which is functioning, which is walking, which is seeing, smelling, all that. Whatever the body is doing, it is all doing because of the presence of consciousness. Okay, so you see the consciousness in them, because don't trust this body, because that body will fly off like the crow, but the consciousness will never go. The house is always there, like Devadatta's house. Okay, so you look at the consciousness. This is the Tatastha Lakshana, method of Tatastha Lakshana. Now you read Bahirandascha Bhutanam, inside, outside of all the bhutas. All the bhutas means the plants, the animals, the celestials and everything, the humans, everywhere, inside, outside. Bahi andascha bhutanam. Then acharam charamevacha. This consciousness is, it appears to be charam as well as acharam. It appears to be moving as well as not moving. Okay, so in Ishavasya Upanishad there is there, no, tanne jadi, tade jadi, tanne jadi, tad dure tadantige. That is acharam as well as it is charam. It appears to be moving as well as it is not moving, because in all the moving things, okay, in all the moving things, the animals, the plants, etc., or the humans, everything is moving. So when this is moving, it is unmoving also. So you see the Brahman in all those things which are moving. That is why it is charam, and at the same time acharam. It is not moving, because it is the subtle thing which does not move, because of which the moving is experienced. It is because there has to be something stationary to feel a movement. Correct? So that is why it is acharam, and on that everything else is moving. Correct? So that is why it appears to be charam. So it is told, Shruti says, it is tadejati tannejati. Ishavasya Upanishad says same thing here, charam as well as acharam. Similarly, tad dure tad antige. It is very far as well as it is very close. Why? Because why it is dure, tad dure? Why it is so far? It is so far for those who look at only the swabhavam. One who identifies with the swabhavam, one who is only interested in the objects of the world, this Brahman is very far. Tad dure. Tad antige. It is close. Close to whom? One who understands that it is the Swarupam. One who is looking towards the Swarupam nature, that is, the consciousness is my true nature. Once you understand the consciousness as your true nature, it is so close because it cannot be separated from you. You cannot be separated. That is why it is so close. But those who identify with the body, this Brahman is far. This Brahman is too far. Right? That is how we have to understand tad dure tad antike. Those who identify themselves with the body, it is far, difficult to find, difficult to get it, etc. But those who understand it as their own true nature, which is the inherent, which is there always with us, we never lost it. We never lost it because it is always, we are that. Then how can we lose it? We are that only. Each one of us is consciousness. Then how can you lose consciousness? But in our wrong understanding, we identify ourselves with the body. Why do we identify with the body? Because of the ignorance. What is the ignorance? This is the, I have to get something outside for my happiness. I have to do something. I have to do karma to acquire something to be happy. Not knowing that my true nature is happiness. My true nature is Anandam. I am that Satchidananda Swarupam. One who doesn't know this, one who doesn't understand this, one who is not even capable of thinking this way because of the indulgence in the objects of this world, Brahman is Taddure. It is far. Whereas one who is Avritta Chakshuhu started looking inside. What is my true nature? What is this life? What am I doing here? Why am I suffering? Why do I have to do this and that to be happy? And in the pursuit of this happiness by doing all the karmas, why am I suffering? One who starts thinking, he starts finding that, oh my God, it is so close to me. Tadantike. Right? It is so close to me. Now you read, we will understand this. Bahirantascha bhutanam acharam charamevacha sukshmatvad avikneyam durastham chantike chadad. Because of this Brahman subtlety, it is so sukshmatvam, it is not easily comprehensible by the sense organs, whereas one who has some sadhana chatushtaya sambati, some control over samam and damam and some thinking, it is so easy. So understanding and assimilating is not difficult for those who have some control over the sense organs and mind. Okay, so that is the meaning of this verse. We will continue from 16th verse next week. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Harihi Om Tat Sat. Brahmarpanamastu.